Hey Gate fans, this is Chris Bolts, and I am coming in with a new video to try to clear up some confusion that might be going on with the upcoming second season of Gate that has been recently announced. Many people are under the impression that the second season has already aired, and as you can see, a couple of comments right here are actually saying that. So we have a Yeet Kurt 7465 that asks, isn't Gate has a second season already? And that was followed up by Raziel 710, who says that pretty sure this is all a mistranslation. Gate already has 2 seasons, and this isn't even a 3rd season of it. This is Gate 2, as in a sequel with a different cast in the same universe. Now, here's the thing. Gate Season 2 has been officially announced after over 10 years, and this is according to Anime Corner. Now, of course, Anime Corner is relying upon the official announcement that comes from the actual Gate production staff. So as you can see right here, and there is no mistranslation, just to go ahead and get that clarified here as well, because we see right here in all caps, Gate Season 2. Gate Season 2. So this is even before the translation. So if we go over here and apply the actual translation on this page right here, let's go ahead and translate that into English. You see, once again, as I had announced in my first video, TV anime Gate Season 2 Self-Defense Forces in His Seas Fighting Eri will be produced. It is the 10th anniversary of the broadcast of Gate Self-Defense Forces in His Land, thus fighting. Here we have an official announcement from the production studio that's going to be handling the production of Gate. And this is coming directly from Japan. And we all see that it is not a mistranslation. And of course, when it's coming from the source itself and they're saying that this is a season 2, then we have to take that at its word that it's a season 2. It's kind of frustrating because I obviously did reference that in my prior video. Let me go ahead and just pull up a particular scene right here. So here's this particular scene from the Crunchyroll article that I was referencing. And you see it right there. You see it in big all caps. It's just, they just took the X post and put it right off into their article. So this basically says, hey, we are going right to the source and we're just reiterating what the source says. The source says that this is going to be a second season. So that in and of itself should be enough to say that Gate is getting a second season. But why are so many still confused that there is 2 seasons out of Gate? Well, that has to do with the way that a lot of the Japanese studios, when it comes to their anime, they do what's called cours, and I'll get more into that in just a second. Generally, it's 12 episodes, and so we had 12 episodes, but what Gate did was not only did they have the 12 episodes, they had went on ahead and did another 12 episodes right after that for a total of 24 episodes all together. And just so I can also go ahead and give a correction right here, because I said in my prior video that this was only available on Hulu Plus, but some in the comments did correct me and say that Gate is available on High Dive. So if you are a High Dive subscriber, you can go ahead and watch Gate on that particular service right there. So it's available right now through Hulu and also through High Dive. It used to be available through Crunchyroll. That's where I had originally saw it. But for now, it's only available through Hulu and High Dive. So back to why there might be some confusion about why there might be considered a 3rd season as opposed to the 2nd season. I found this really good article from Epic Stream that's written by Margarita Rancis. This came out back about 3 years ago in August 4th, 2022, but the information is still valid and still relevant here. So let's start off with what is the difference between a season and a cour. Now, according to this right here from what she has reported, Margarita says that a cour is a 3-month period of television broadcasting wherein an anime is aired on a portion of a television program throughout one period. And this can be done in 3 different ways: a single cour, a split cour, or a double cour. And then we go down here and what is an anime season? Now the anime season usually relate to the specific times in the year: winter, spring, summer, and fall when the series air. Now we're all pretty much familiar with the seasons of when anime airs. So right now we are currently in the summer season of 2025, and you see right here it goes from July, August, and September. When Gate aired, it completely aired within the winter season. I think it debuted in winter of 2015, about December of 2015, and then it continued over into January. So it seemed like there was a split right there. Hey guys, this is Chris Boltz coming in after post-production, and I just want to clarify something that I said in my video that I got wrong, and that was I called it a double core for Gate, when in reality it is a split core. And a split core is one core that's followed by a 3-month hiatus, with the second core debuting right after that. But it is still considered one whole season. It is not considered 2 separate seasons. So hopefully that will go in there and clarify what is going on with Gate. It still is one season. So, and we go right here. This is a Hulu again. Gate debuted in 2015. Like I said, about December. No, it probably just debuted a little earlier than that because it's 12 episodes total. Probably debuted a little earlier than that. So it debuted fall 2015 and it concluded in winter of 2016. That's pretty much where the confusion comes, because there were two separate cores that were aired. However, the studio is considering that one entire season, and 10 years later, they're finally giving us Gate season 2. So that's where the confusion lies. 2 cores again aired, and it formed one season. They were not considered 2 separate seasons. Okay, they are only considered one season, and then 10 years later, the official Gate announcement of Gate season 2 has been made. This is not a sequel to Gate. It still takes place within the same universe and during the same time period. It is just following, as someone mentioned, a different set of characters. And let's go over there and take a look at that right now, because these are the new characters that are going to be featured in Gate season 2. So the new characters are right here. It's going to be Chief Petty Officer Tokushima Hajime. I think he's probably going to be taking the place of Yoji Itami, who was the protagonist of the first season. And then we have another one right here, Erajima Goro, who's his captain, and Primera Luna Avion. So those are just some among the few that's going to be mentioned, or rather, that's going to be the focus of Gate season 2. So that is where the confusion lies. I hope that clears everything up, that Gate season 2 is the proper terminology for what's going on here. It's not a Gate season 3 or Gate 2 a sequel. It is actually Gate season 2, but they are going to be following different characters this time around, not the ones that we're used to. Now, whether that is going to be a good idea, or if those characters are going to be as likable as the ones that have aired in the first season, that remains to be seen. Apparently it's very divisive. Some people like the characters from the Gate following the naval service, some don't, but that's how everything goes along. But be that as it may, the entire purpose of this video was to just clarify that this is indeed Gate season 2 and not Gate season 3 or Gate to the sequel. So there you have it. What do you guys think about this new information? Are you still confused about whether this is going to be Gate season 2 or not? Did I clarify that for you? Whatever the case may be, jump down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. And make sure you guys do like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. All that stuff really helps me out. And if you watch this video all the way to the end, I really do appreciate your support. And remember, this is Chris Boltz signing off, and I will catch you guys in the next video. You take it easy.